Alright, hello everyone, AC Brick Films here, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I am a dungeon master who is working on a full-scale LEGO Dungeons & Dragons campaign, and have been uploading videos pertaining to that here. If you missed our last video, I unboxed 11 of the Dungeons & Dragons CMF blind boxes before they go away at the end of the year. So if that video sounds interesting to you, I will leave a link somewhere on screen that you can click to take you there. In this video, as the New Year's approaches, I thought it would be fun to take a look back at all the sets that came out over the course of 2024 and give you my list of the top 5 best sets for Dungeons & Dragons. As with all top 5 lists, these are just my opinions, and if you feel as though I missed a set, I would love to hear about it in the comment section below, as I am utilizing all of these sets to actually play a campaign, and if I missed something, it could be very helpful to me. And with all of that out of the way, let's jump right into the list. So starting off our list at number 5, we have a LEGO DREAMZzz set. This set is the Neverwitch's Midnight Raven, and I think this is actually a pretty slept-on theme. I think this year they've done a lot of space stuff, but there is a lot of really good Dungeons & Dragons sets as well, and this is a perfect example of that. The Raven build for the big ship is just a really cool giant fantasy creature you could be having. The villain figures work really well as vampires or evil witches, and I think what really stands out in this set for me is the alternate build of the little witch's hut. This is like exactly a Baba Yaga's hut, and I think this is just perfect. I really do want to pick this set up for my campaign. It does retail at $99.99, which I actually think for what you're getting in the set is pretty fair, and for those reasons I think this set deserves the number 5 spot on our list. Moving on then to our number 4 spot is a set from the LEGO Lord of the Rings theme that I'm sure needs no introduction. I am of course talking about Barad-dûr. This set is just an immaculate fantasy set, and it's really a shame that we're not getting as many LEGO Lord of the Rings sets as we were when LEGO first purchased the license. That said, the sets that we are receiving are some of the best quality sets across all themes that LEGO has been releasing of date, and I think especially for Dungeons & Dragons, this set is cool because of how much interior space you get. There's a lot of room to be playing around and moving actual figures in-game. You also get a lot of really good fantasy minifigures. In particular, I like the orcs. I'm always a fan of getting more orcs in sets. And then also Sauron, this fig is just fantastic. There's a lot of really exclusive custom molded armor, and it's just cool to see. Honestly, the only thing holding this set back is its pretty large retail price of $459.99. I think that that's going to price a lot of people out of being able to purchase this set, and so I would put it further up on the list, but between that and the fact that I just think that there's a couple things that are a little bit better for specifically D&D that came out in 2024, so I'm going to put it at number 4 on our list, but I think in general, this is one of the best sets to come out across all themes for this year, so it definitely deserved a spot on the list. Now coming in at number 3, we have a set that I believe a lot of Castle fans are going to be familiar with, and that is the LEGO Icons Medieval Town Square. This is exactly the type of set that I want to see LEGO continue to release for the castle theme. They've given us so many big gray castles and night battle packs that are great for army building, but I feel like the sets that represent a slice of life in this medieval sort of environment are the sets that end up being the most coveted, the most respected. Take for instance the Medieval Marketplace from the Fantasy era, which is sort of this set's predecessor, or even the Mill Village Raid. These are both sets that, while not castles, are very beloved by the castle fans and fetch a pretty hefty price on the aftermarket, and that's because these are sets that allow you to build a little medieval village or a medieval city. What makes this set so good for D&D is that it makes your world feel more lived in, having buildings and villagers that the adventurers can explore, maybe get quests from NPCs. These are things that make your world feel alive. The retail price for this set is $229.99, and I think comparatively to other things on this list, that actually is pretty reasonable. Obviously, it's a lot of money, but it's not an amount of money that I think is unrealistic for the average person to spend on a LEGO set if they really want it. So this set is just a really good all-around set for Castle and for D&D fans, so for that reason, I had to give it the number 3 spot. At number 2 on our list, I had to put the Dungeons & Dragons Collectible Minifigures series. This series introduced to us such an array of fantasy creatures and characters, and retailing at $4.99, it did so in a way that allowed everyone to participate and experience this once-in-a-lifetime collaboration between LEGO and Dungeons & Dragons. As I mentioned at the start of this list, I have already made a couple videos pertaining to these figures, so if you want to see a more in-depth review of them, you can check out my channel where I have a couple videos really going in depth. That said, I do believe that these are some of the best figures to be released over the course of the year, and they definitely deserve our number 2 spot. And last but certainly not least, we have a set that should come as no surprise to anyone being number 1 spot on this list. I am of course talking about the Dungeons & Dragons Red Dragon's Tail from the LEGO Ideas line. There is so much going on in this set that it would be impossible for me to break down every little thing that I love about it, but from the figures to the brick-built monsters to the massive red dragon, you are getting a lot of stuff that is great for Dungeons & Dragons in this set. And I think what makes this set number 1 for me is that they built it with the intention of you being able to actually play Dungeons & Dragons with the set. The set comes with a pre-written adventure that you can play with up to 4 of your friends, and this is just such a massive potential for LEGO. I wish that they would continue to make sets like this, because as someone who plays D&D, buying miniatures, buying tile sets, these are things that we do, and LEGO is perfect for all of that, and I'm sure that this is something that some of you have been aware of for a while, but now that LEGO is starting to release sets that we can actually use for this purpose, it opens a whole world of possibilities as what could be next. The set does retail for $359.99, making it quite expensive. I would like to see LEGO come out with some tile sets at a lower price point that would encourage people to buy multiple and combine them together to make even bigger maps. However, that just doesn't really seem like something LEGO is interested in doing right now, but we can hope for something similar in the future. So guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you liked what you saw and you would like to see more, please consider subscribing and clicking that bell button to be notified when I upload next. I hope you all have a very happy new year, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.